Sound, a group of vibrations, things that can be heard. Sound can influence the way we communicate in the world with others. Many artists have used sounds in music, speech, and sound effects.
Now here we are at my imagination station number
Hey, I normally do my usual diatribe, but not this time. And as you can see, we're in different kind of seats today because Pasadena media has moved. The Royal Channel has moved. So now we are getting into the next process of expanding the studio spaces, which takes time and money. And that's going to be an ongoing process for a while. But thanks to the good graces of Pasadena Media and my crew, we're here for a special edition of Sounds Within. Today, I'm going to have a very important person. This person is so unique. Thanks to the graces of Brandy, thank you for sending me this person. We have the CEO of Imagination Station. And it's not often that we get to meet many animators who use sound in here, and let alone the CEO, who happens to be someone of the community. This is a real privilege to meet. Yeah, don't sweat it now, brother. You're fine. This here is Mr. Starr Ray and his son, Malcomm Ray. Welcome to Stars Within.
How you doing?
I mean,
man?
Sounds Within. I got Stars Within, Sounds Within. Man, I am definitely pumped up.
Yeah, yeah.
Now I'm going to hit you with the usual diatribe. My
Yeah.
questions. What makes Starr Starr?
What makes me star is the ability to just, shine into other people's lives, using my gifts and talents, want other people to be able to know that you can use your gifts and talents and, do something positive and inspirational with those talents and be a light in someone else's life. I think that's what the gift is for.
Obviously. Okay, Malcolm, you heard that question now. It's coming to you now. What makes Malcolm Malcolm?
I would say being an artist and serving the Lord, I would say, and then being able to be a good son to my good dad, and then having the gift of creativity and being imaginative, and living life to the fullest, I would say.
Yeah.
Dad is smiling and joining in. That's wonderful. You can tell that they're truly having a family affair.
Yeah.
And it is so important to see good role models, especially we always hear all this trash about African American community that, oh, being a good father, blah. Well, I got a good father right here, a great father.
Oh, thank you, man.
So he's representing us what can be and what is happening in many aspects, but seldom focus.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna hit you with the next bit here because we really got a lot of history to hit with you now. What was the first sound you noticed in your life?
Oh my goodness. The drum, man.
The drum. Why
The
did you say that?
drum. The drum, man, and actually two sounds. It's hard to say one, but I'm gonna say the drum and the bass, man. The
Drum
bass.
and bass.
Yes, the drum and the bass, man. That did it for me.
How did that?
Yeah.
How did you notice? Most people hear the voice of their mother or they
Oh, right.
hear cars and things, but you heard drum and bass.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, drum and bass, man. It was, it's the sound. It's, music speaks a whole nother kind of language. Sometimes stuff words can't say, and it's just the sound of it.
It was
It
just
was
pure
like-
sound because,
like-
boy, it pushes you.
It's a heartbeat. It's like,
It- heartbeat.
It's like a heartbeat for me.
Yes,
So, yeah.
Okay, Malcolm, think back in your youth, or far back as you can. What was the very first sound you noticed?
Like in music or
No, in anything.
in anything, I would
Yeah.
say it it was quite a bit of sounds, but
What was the first sound? There was a minute. Was it someone yelling at you? Was that? I mean, come on.
I'll have to say it was my dad's voice.
Your dad's voice.
Yeah.
Yelling at you. Just kidding.
No, but it was like, I remember some days and some nights too when he would read to me or he would be singing to me, and when we go to his studio when he was in, it was like back when I was like 3, 4 years old, but he would take me into the studio and to where he worked and stuff when he did music, and I was like, I don't know, it just
drew you,
Yeah.
right? That connection of hearing Dad's voice and sharing a good time.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm just feeling this here. Okay, we're gonna move this on because you have so much to share and so much to share visually. What deals with sound. Okay, what was the first sound you heard that drew you to what you do?
You know what? I think it was a variety of sounds. I like the sound of sounds that are like unique. That's why I like soundtracks. I like music, but also like soundtracks. The way
What do you mean
design.
soundtrack? Oh,
Like,
sound design.
Sound
What is-
design, yeah, like in terms
Refresh
of
the
like,
community. What is sound
Yeah.
design?
Sound design is like a collaboration of various sounds that are created. Like kind of how like some of the stuff they did in Star Wars when they created sound to make like George Lucas was saying, he came up with the fact that there's sound in space. Well, who knows that unless you've been to space? So he was like talking. So for me, it was the same thing. It was like what not only what I'm seeing that I'm drawing or creating, but what does it sound like? What does it feel like? Sound comes in subconsciously, very strong, And I like movies with sound, without sound, but I prefer with sound.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the first sound you heard that drew you in what you do? And it turns out you do the same thing as Dad. You're an artist. So
Yes.
what was the first sound that drew you to becoming an artist?
I'll have to say some superhero cartoons, like some early, like not too long ago we were watching He-Man and some Thundercats, and I like the fact that they were characters and then they took you to another world, and so I like being taken somewhere else besides where we are. So that drew me to what I do, and then video games had an influence too.
Video games. They do put out some unique sounds, don't they?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Now, very soon we're going to take a little break, and I'm going to get to have something very special happen. I never had an artist on this show to draw. To draw and talk about how sound is used. And Mr. Ray here has blessed us to come more than once. As a matter of fact, he's agreed to come several times to create a series how sound is used in animation. And we may have a tour and a documentary to share with the community as time goes on. So stay tuned. We got a lot of things happening here. Not that this is just going to be the Imagination Station channel or anything like that, which we love to have anyways. But we get to learn how the industry works. And one thing I'm concerned about, I always see animation, but it comes from the mainstream or main corporation.
Right.
Were there ever any black animators before you?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, quite a few, actually.
Really?
Yes, quite a few. Yes.
Wow. Would you
Yes.
name a few?
It's, you have the gentleman, I can't exactly remember his name right now, but he worked with the Fat Albert cartoon series.
Okay, Bill Cosby had his hand in
And
there
so,
too.
yes,
right?
yes, and that was his idea. You had the also, it was a cartoon a long time ago. I don't know if you remember Sea Bear and Jamal.
No,
it
I
was
didn't.
a bear,
Wasn't
and it was a character, it was a cartoon. It was like,
Wow.
I think it was like, it had to be early 80s, somewhere around in
I
there.
was not watching television. I'm
Yeah,
guilty
yeah.
right now. Thanks to Pasadena Media, they got back into TV, so I got to school.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it was. Those were black animators as well. It was a production house in Northern California. They
Yes.
produced that series. The rapper Tone Loc was the voice of the teddy bear.
No.
Yes, yes. So yeah, those were
Wow.
black animators as well. So those are a few I think of off the top of my head, but it's quite a few out there, and they're sprinkled around, but nevertheless, a lot of them they get in the industry and they just You know, they're in there, you know. They're just in the vault, as we call it. Yeah.
In the vault,
Yeah.
not in the light.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Well, in our next
Yeah.
episode, we're going to have an episode dedicated to the contributions of African American animators. And so maybe you could come up with some names and what they did and enlighten
sure.
us.
Absolutely.
We got to learn about the
Absolutely.
flavor of all folks.
Right.
While we're in this diaspora,
Yes.
we definitely have
Absolutely.
to bring out some positive contribution of
Yes.
African American animators.
Yes.
As a lot of us, like my case, I'm a wannabe.
You're already, boy. He's already.
Yeah.
He's actual.
Well, how we doing for time for our PSA here? Yeah, this is live TV, and we
Yeah.
interact with the staff here. So soon as we can have a PSA lined up, we're going to get ready to do some artwork with Mr. Starr Ray.
Yes, sir.
So how are we for that?
Okay.
Plastic ones last longer.
Pork bellies closed steady due to speculation that demand for bacon-related products.
Read me this one, Daddy.
Okay, honey. The less art kids get, the more it shows. Are yours getting enough? Art. Ask for more. AmericansForTheArts.org.
I'm principal of a new kind of public school. It's open up to 15 hours a day, year-round. Our teachers have more time to teach. Our students are better prepared to learn. There's just one problem. We can't get the kids to go home.
Find out how your school can be more like this one. Call 1-877-LOVE-TO-LEARN.
I have good ground and pound. Hey, welcome back. We're still talking here while we were here with Mr. Starr Ray and his son, Malcomm.
Yes, sir.
Now, enlighten us about how sound is used in animation here.
Sound is used in animation, you know, I'm going to draw something, but sound is used in animation based on really personality first and foremost of the character. When you see a character, sometimes the mind immediately goes to what does the character talk like? What does the character sound like? Is there a happy character, sad character, or is it a villain? Stuff like that. So sound is used in that first and foremost to bring out the personality and essence of the character. Also, usually there's always theme music. You remember, like, you know, the Fat Albert, you know, you got that, and you got the intros to the shows. Kids and grown-ups remember that type of stuff. I mean, people still remember some of the early days of the animators and stuff and the music. And so it kind of helps settle in what our whole theme is about. And so here, you know, I could draw, you know, this is, I'm going to draw a character of mine from Pookie and Pandy. And in my mind, I'm hearing what this character sounds like, and which will one day will express to the audience through animation and a cartoon series of this same thing. So here we go.
Now, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
You're hearing the cartoon before you even draw it.
Before I even draw it, yes.
You heard it. Where
Yeah, you can hear it.
I hear sound, I see sound.
Right.
You hear the animation.
Yes, I hear the
loving
animation.
it.
Yeah, I
So
hear
let's
the
go,
character
baby.
and I can feel him, you know? It's like you
Yeah.
got to feel it, you know?
Yeah.
And so, okay, this is Pookie.
Well, I'm going to tell you something, folks. This guy can draw while another person's holding. I could not draw if it were on a regular easel.
This is Pookie. Here's the eyes and the nose. And we're showing, and see here, even the eyes is helping to tell the personality of what he's feeling at this particular time.
Uh-oh.
We're going to make him smiling, of course. He's a bear. He's from Honey Bear Valley Forest.
Wow.
This is one of my original characters. In fact, Pookie and his girl, Pandy, are the first characters of Starr Ray tunes. They were
Wow.
the ones who, they inspired, they were created back in 1994.
Wow.
And it was just a rough idea. I made a little comic strip. And it led
And what
to,
publication was your comic strip?
It was in a newspaper down in Central Valley in Visalia, Tulare, Fresno, California.
Wow.
And it began as a daily comic strip. In fact, a few communities and local churches picked it up and started selling it at the churches to the audience because it was a comic strip. And so here we go. We're gonna make his jaws. You know, he got these big jaws, you know.
Jaundice jaws.
Eating that honey, you know what I mean?
Well, it's natural.
This is him smiling a little bit. There you go. And there.
Now, what is in the mind of old Mr. Pookie right now?
He probably smiling because he's on your show.
and what sound would he make when he smiles?
He's smiling. He's probably thinking about, you know, getting a little, little bucket of honey going real soon. And there you go.
Hear them bees coming, huh?
Here's Pookie. There you go. You can show it to that's what we got.
Whoa! And what's his voice?
It's you know what? He's kind of like a, kind of a teenage bear.
Teenage. So who does the voice from? So are you the voice of?
Not yet. We're looking for someone to do some voice.
So
work.
so you talk about voiceovers.
Yes.
So
yeah.
would you go with the audience what voiceover is?
You know, a voiceover is when you find someone who is a voice actor or they would like to be a voice actor. And what they do, we talk about this at the studio. What they do is they can bring across the personalities of the lines of the character and actually, bring across what they're feeling at the time. And, some people, they act, and some actors act on stage and voiceover work, and some don't. So, yeah, it's kind of like brings out the script and the lines of the character, and to interact with the rest of the characters in the storyline.
So so I take it that many of your voiceover actors are within your community, or is it within your studio?
It's you know what, we actually do both. We like to have people that are in the community and also in our studio, because sometimes we're contacted by referral. Some people send us people, and some are like, we work with internship students as well. A lot of them don't have the opportunities to work on a real world project, so we help them get real world projects on their portfolio, so when they try to get a job, it helps, with the Imagination Station Studio. But they say, hey, we worked on a project that actually was burned to DVD, or it was actually aired on something, and they can say, hey, look, here we go, before they even work with the big dogs, Yeah.
Wow, while you're smiling and looking all handsome there, Mr. Malcomm, can you tell us some of the things you've done with your father?
Well, I have worked on some. We did some projects, like we helped out a guy, and he goes to a church, and we did a project that he aired on YouTube, and it's called That's Too Funny, and I helped him do some of the original artwork for the character, like the little, kind of like, he would be like the guy on the title sequence kind of thing, and so yeah, he comes on, and so yeah, I drew that. And then I helped out with some of the supernatural comic books that we're coming out with, or graphic novels, I should say. And I've done some of the panels on that, pages and panels, and I also have some of my own characters that I'm working on.
So you're working on your own character?
Yes.
You care to just share a little tease about it, or you want us to wait until they're out?
Yeah, I can share. Okay, so I have some supernatural characters that are faith-based, and they're...
Nothing wrong with faith-based.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. And so, yeah, I do some astrological characters, some who are based in spirit, and we have myth, and sometimes we have classic superhero guys, too. And I do my own cartoons, also.
Yeah, that's why I said, share with us some of your cartoons.
One of my cartoons I have, his name is Toast Man, and and he promotes good health and being a positive. He's like a young guy too, and he goes to he's in high school, and except he's like a freshman. He's a freshman, or he's in 8th grade. But yeah, he's a piece of toast, and he turned into it. He works in a place called Food City, and he like promotes good health to stop obesity and eat healthy and why it's important to do that, or to have, you know, the positive aspects and enjoy being youthful.
Okay, we're going to get ready. This is so exciting. We're going to have a PSA right now.
Oh, okay.
Then we're going to catch our breath, and we're going to talk about the future and offerings of Imagination Station.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Plastic ones last longer.
Pork bellies close steady due to speculation that demand for bacon-related products.
Read me this one, Daddy.
Okay, honey. The less art kids get, the more it shows. Are yours getting enough? Art. Ask for more. AmericansForTheArts.org.
I'm principal of a new kind of public school. It's open up to 15 hours a day, year-round. Our teachers have more time to teach. Our students are better prepared to learn. There's just one problem. We can't get the kids to go home.
Find out how your school can be more like this one. Call 1-877-LOVE-TO-LEARN.
Hey, welcome back to Sounds Within. This is our first installation of Imagination Station with Mr. Starr Ray, and he was blessed enough to bring his blessed son, Malcomm Ray, here in the house. I'm telling you, what a blessing it is to have these two fine gentlemen in sharing about the things of Imagination Station. Now you were sharing about Malcomm, about your cartoons are faith-based, promoting good health, and these are your own. How old are you, young man?
I'm 16.
I thought you were 26. I tell you, man, I mean, ooh. Oh gosh, is this what you like at 16? Can you imagine what 26 would be like?
Oh, yes, sir.
Whoa.
Yeah. Well, look, I never thought I was going to be turn around to be 64, and here I is. So you know.
Oh man, you totally.
Yeah.
You know.
He does not look sick,
Well, we're
no
moving
way.
on. We're not going by looks. We're going to deal with the Imagination Station here. So, what are some future projects that are on the works for Imagination Station?
Well, currently we're working on a small multimedia experience.
What do you mean by small multimedia experience?
It will be a project that features music, it'll feature storytelling, it'll feature art, and it'll feature also introducing our art style to the particular audience for a story we're telling. You know, yes, it's we have people in the studio working with us with it's called Spiritual Warrior Unleashed, and that's the character you see here.
Oh, share that with the camera.
This is Spiritual Warrior here. It's this character is rooted in spirit, and the project will feature. He has a soundtrack to go with the actual storytelling, and it's called the Starr Ray Character Experience because we want to tell that story and make sure that we want to tell the story in a way where we're not necessarily preaching. We want to tell the story and let the moral in the story tell for itself.
So you're trying to bring that message home that it reaches everybody, not just the faith-based
Yes,
children, but to
absolutely.
reach every soul out in the
Yes,
public
sir.
world.
Yes, sir. That's what we want to do, and we definitely want to, tell that story. And we also have a project for Pookie and Pandy, and we're working on Pookie and Pandy's small little animated short. And but also it's animated short, but it's also an animatic. An animatic is kind of like animation, but it's more so like a montage animation versus like it's more of an artistic piece versus just making a cartoon. Because there's a difference.
You're gonna bring some of that stuff
Yes,
one
sir.
day?
Yes, sir. I sure will.
promise?
I sure will. Oh man, you got my word. I got to.
Because I'm gonna keep bringing you on until you do.
Yeah, we working on that, and we working on. Actually, we have in the works, we're doing the soundtrack to Pookie and Pandy's animated script. We want to be able to also use the sound only because they can go to the website and that type of thing and listen to the story. Just listen. I mean, in the car, you can't drive and watch a DVD. So if the parents can turn on a soundtrack and they telling the story, then hey, it's like an
old
audio.
radio.
Like old radio. Like
Oh,
that,
I
yeah.
love old radio.
I love old radio.
Now I'm gonna
man.
shift gears if I may. Okay, what are some future works for you, Mr. Malcomm?
For me, well, first, once I start developing my art style and being an artist, I want to go into being an animator. And so then, but right now, I'm working on one of my characters. His name is Impact, and that's a future project that it's still under development. I'm doing the writing and the story for that, and then I'm going to be coming out with the Toastman comic book also.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow. Now, this demon called, we have a demon called time. It just sucks away our time together. So I'm going to ask you, you got your camera for your 1 minute fame. What is your future message to impact youth to be part of positive message spreading via animation and sound?
I think the bottom line message would be to, be empowered, stay inspired, be positive, get out there and follow your dreams. I mean, find your purpose and know what you want to do in life. And the doors are just open to you. I think a lot of people in our society today, they aren't dreaming anymore, I don't think. And I think that, my message would be, stay positive, get out there, go for your dreams, and don't let nobody stop you, and always do your best to stay educated.
Okay, we're going to put your moment of fame now, Mr. Malcomm. Out there's your camera. There's your camera right there. And what is your message of hope to the audience?
I would just say, go out and be faithful all the time, be determined, be courageous, and just believe in yourself, because, I had to believe in myself, because at first, I wasn't, fully inspired, but then my dad came into my life, and I was like, I was coming back. But just believe in God, and just believe in yourself, too, because it'll come out, and then when you have your dream, go for it. Don't let nobody stop you.
That's right.
Folks, this has been an exciting experience in our first episode with Imagination Station, both with Starr Ray and his son Malcomm. And we're going to have him back for another episode on African American animators. So do tune in for the next edition of Stars Within with good old Brother Smith here. Have a great day.
Valley Forest, home of Pookie, Handy, and Fran.
Hey, look who's coming down Honey Bear Valley Lane, Blue. Yeah, it's that honey eating guy. Oh, yeah, it's funny.
Oh, it's you, Pookster. Didn't even see you there.
Mm-hmm.